All right, let's go into building urgency. So, in building urgency, there's a couple different parts to it. I want to just dive into the principles of it. So, I'll show you a couple words to go use, but I want you guys to think about the principles behind this. This is a principle centered training. This isn't go say this and this and this and this. So, it's not the typical training that I do of your words, paraverbals, body language. This is understand the principle, understand the goal that you're trying to go achieve with this. So when in doing this, one big thing that I want you to understand is you can't logic somebody into buying. Like we buy based on our emotions, and then we go justify it with logic. So it's the same thing as with anything that you go buy, and it's actually the same with most decisions that we go make. So if somebody comes out and they sell, and yeah, I'll use one that's a little bit closer to the heart. If you have somebody that comes out and they sell and they realize that this is just harder than they thought it was, then emotionally they decide that they want to quit. Emotionally they decide that they don't want to do it. And then what comes afterwards is the justification. Oh, like I shouldn't be doing it because of this and this and this and this. And I have this family situation and I whatever. And so we start justifying it with those, justifying it with the logic. But the reality is it's just our emotion. And we're making those decisions based on our emotions. So when you're trying to go build urgency, your goal is to try to think of ways to go peak that emotion, so that when you're peaking the emotion, their decision is oriented around that. So we have two major drivers. You have the pleasure side and you have the pain side. And there's multiple different ways to describe it, and you'll listen to a bunch of different people and they'll say in different ways, but it's either you're trying to go towards something to achieve something, or you're trying to get away from something, trying to avoid something. And so every decision that we make, we're all motivated by those things. So it's I want to go get on the doors because I want to go achieve my goals. Or I want to get on the doors because I am afraid of what it'll look like if I'm not a hard worker. Like those are two different things, right? I want to go make a lot of money so I can go achieve this. I can go build these things. Or I want to go make a lot of money to avoid being poor, to avoid whatever it is. And the thing is, we're not always one way or the other. It's different for each decision. There's a lot of different decisions in our lives that sometimes we're towards something, sometimes we're trying to avoid something. And that's okay. But the idea is just keeping that at the back of your mind, understanding what we're driven for, that's really helpful. So these are the emotions that trigger any decisions. So you have the fear and the relief. You have love and protection. You have the pride and belonging, and then you have greed and opportunity, and then you have disgust. And so I'll go into those in a little bit, but keep those in mind. Those are the emotions that trigger the buying decisions. So ways to go build urgency. One is focusing on the deal, right? It's hey, you're getting a really good deal today, and you have to keep that in mind that the deal has to expire. So some of the top salesmen, they're really good at just walking away. They don't have as many callbacks. It's just, yeah, you buy from me now or never. The deal is now or never. And when you can go get fully mentally bought into that decision, then this works. Rookies obviously struggle a little bit more with this, but because they're more desperate for those sales. But when you stop being desperate, when you detach it and you're giving them a deal, but you're just like, no, like this is legit while I'm in the area. Otherwise, like I'm moving on. Then that works really well. I'm not saying anything is black and white. I'm teaching you the principles of it. That sometimes that works. I also have top salesmen that do have callbacks every single night, and that fills up the last hour of their night after like 9:30 or whatever. And so you can do either or. This is just one way to go do it. Another way is to hyper focus on the current problem, which is helping them recognize the situation that they're in, point out the bugs, point out the fact that they have ants in the yard or the spiders in the roof line. Your goal there is to blow up the current problem, right? And so that's how you go build urgency. And as I'm going through this, by the way, I want you to think about there's not one way to go do this. And so you're just thinking in your mind, okay, what can I go do? Are they seeing bugs? Like, can I hit that? No, I'm not getting any traction there. Well, sweet. Let's move on to the next one, which is the preventative side, which that one, you can go build urgency now, treat it now. Otherwise, you're going to have future problems. It's a lot easier to treat preventative than it is to fix the problem, right? That's why a lot of insurance will go pay for preventative things, but because they don't want to go pay for the actual fixes later. So it's the same thing. This one works really, really well. And you're trying to go decide which one will help build the most urgency. And this changes per area. This is why good salesmen recognize that. They recognize how to go build urgency in different ways. Another one is the route finding scarcity. Like when you can go show them the app and you're like, yeah, like literally I have 2 spots left for tomorrow. That the scarcity side of it, that builds a lot of urgency. They're like, oh, like legit, like I'm getting a deal because of that. And so obviously that's very tied into the first one. The idea behind this is, well, actually, let me go into the last one. I'll dive into it. Is the bandwagon part, which is I'm taking care of all these other people. And because of that, they feel like they're missing out, right? They feel like that fear of missing out in general helps them want to go buy. And it's also, we just start trusting other people's intuition. It's like that the conformity bias, which is, okay, well, if all those other people who are intelligent are using it, then I might as well use it as well because they probably recognize something that I don't. And so then it starts creating the urgency there, which is, well, obviously, like if they're logical people and they're going to go use pest control right now, then I probably should too. So that's another way to go build it. So now I'm going to go back to what I was going to go say originally. It's not the same in every area, which means that if you don't have very many neighbors around you, then you don't have to go hit the bandwagon. Don't make up customers, right? If you have a full route tomorrow, then that's not the necessary go-to way to go build urgency. Like if you have 10 spots still available tomorrow, then that's obviously that doesn't work. When you're doing same days and you have 2 that you really need to go get filled, otherwise the tech just sits there and does nothing, then that works. And so I'm not saying don't use the different ones. I'm saying just you don't have to go be dishonest. And so if one isn't working in a certain area, then go transition to the next one. I'm going to go dive into these. Don't take these words as like the specific words that you need to go use. I'm trying to teach you the principle of it. So these words aren't necessarily bad, but the principles behind it to go build urgency. So if you're looking at fear, if you don't treat the yard before the rain, you'll never keep the ants from getting inside, right? And so your goal is that. Or if I don't treat the foundation of the home with that 6-foot power treatment, then you're obviously always going to be getting those centipedes in the bathroom, in the kitchen. So that idea of what do you not want there? So what are you trying to avoid? Like you can go tap into that fear, right? Here's one, relief. Look, obviously you have a ton of ants and they're going to continually get worse and worse with the rain. My trucks are already out here. Let me just take care of it. Let me get taken care of. And that idea of, look, like you're going to need it anyways. Let me just get you taken care of. Let me get you, let me get rid of the bugs for you because, I mean, might as well. Like it's, let me just take something off your plate. And so you can go hit that pain point of, yeah, obviously like you're busy doing this and this and this. You have grandkids, whatever. Then let me take this off your plate. Bugs are the last thing you want to go worry about. Use your time for something else, right? And so that's that whole, what are you trying to go hit? What is the urgency? What is the pain or the emotion that you're trying to go trigger? So that's one. One is the pride, which is the reason why a lot of your neighbors are upgrading is because you shouldn't have to go babysit your pest control company, right? Or most people like to get ahead of the infestation. So it's are you better than average, right? And so I like the word upgrading. So like a lot of your neighbors are upgrading because obviously they don't want to go sit there and babysit your pest control company. So you have spiders, obviously they'll come out and do it for free. But look, if you have pest control, you shouldn't be babysitting them. Give me a shot. I'll take down all those spiders. I'll leave the repellents. It's the only way to keep those spiders from getting back inside the house. But a lot of your neighbors upgrading, you might as well upgrade as well. Don't use that close, but you get the principle of it, right? Belonging and social proof. The way that I do this, I just trail off as though they're like the last person in the world to sign up with me, and they're kind of missing out because that is a huge thing that pushes people, right? So look, I already take care of Mark, Jack, Barbara, Becky up the street. Obviously, like Kathleen. I'm already taking care of a ton of your neighbors. Let me be your bug guy. Let me get you treated. right? And so that just makes it so it's a lot more legit. And you can do that in your intro too, where it's different when you already take care of a ton of people. Look, I already take care of Mark, Jack, Barbara, Becky, and then you just trail off as though you could keep going on forever. Look, everyone's obviously getting a ton of those ants, the spiders. If I can fit y'all in as well, I'm doing it cheap. As in, I'm just doing you a favor because you're kind of missing out, right? Here's one. So the greed opportunity. Before I dive into this, it's the your goal is they want a deal, and so you want to help them feel emotion. Remember, like they are getting a better deal. So, a few things. I don't really like this line all the time, and that's why I said dumb line. You don't have to say the words. Don't tell your neighbors this, but I don't like that because if they're getting the same deal as their neighbors, then it's not a big deal. Like, I mean, every now and then you can go say it, but one, I think most people just see straight through it, and two, is just say it's cheesy, it's corny, it's not really helpful. And so for me, I'm not a fan of that. Your goal is to help them feel like they got a good deal. So sometimes it's a comparison thing. I prefer, just because this outside of door-to-door sales, like I prefer to treat people in that same way of it's not a comparison. Their good deal is not based on what other people are getting. Obviously, you want to go get the same deal because then if one person finds out that somebody else got it cheaper, then they cancel, and that sucks. That's never a good scenario. But the idea of like selling them on it isn't based on what other people are getting. It's based on what they're getting. And so one thing that I do like to do where they say, yeah, like I'm getting it a lot cheaper, and they tell you the price. If it is a lot cheaper than your service, I actually like to spin it around. And I was like, holy cow, like I can't believe they're charging you that much for a basic service. Like I know some people are getting paid, like they're only paying half that. Look, what I'm doing is a premium preventative service, and I just go into what I'm doing. So now it's like that whole, dude, you're kind of getting screwed over. Yeah, like you're getting cheap, like you're paying a lot, not very much, but they're taking advantage of you, man. So you should probably just switch up. That's one way. The other one is they're like, yeah, like I just got treated. Then I just switch on their side. Like I'm on the same side of the table as them. It's like, dang, that is frustrating for you. Like they just treated and you're already getting all these spiders up here. Look, and then you just go into closing them again. So it's that whole, the idea of being taken advantage of. They're missing out on opportunities. I say greed, but not necessarily even in a negative way. It's like you get what you pay for, but I kind of hit that whole, you're actually overpaying for even less. Because like if you're only caring about price, which I promise, like that's not the main concern for most people. They want to get rid of the bugs. Then this that first one works really well. And then, by the way, in showing them that you're willing to go above and beyond for them, that's where it's not comparative. It's yeah, let me go take care of that shed for you, whatever it is. Throw things in for free. Go do certain things for them so that they recognize they got a good deal. That doesn't mean cheaper. A good deal doesn't mean cheaper. It means they recognize the service that they are getting. And so sometimes you're not even having to throw in things for free. It's just continually expanding on the features and benefits so they understand that it's good. It's worth it. Love and protection. I like this one a lot because, yeah, depending on whatever the situation is, like, hey, do you have any pets or kids? Awesome. And so if they say they have kids, look, if you give me a shot, I'll take care of, I'm in Charlotte right now, so fire ants. Up north, ticks are a lot worse. And so, look, if you give me a shot, I'll take care of the ticks completely for free for you, so you don't have to worry about your, obviously your dog's kid out in the backyard. So you can do that, or fire ants. It's like, look, when you have the kids, give me a shot. I'll take care of the full yard for you, or 30 feet into the yard for you, all around the house, to flush away all those fire ants, so you're not having to worry about it when your kids are out there. Things like that. So it's like you're hitting that love protection side. So once again, this is the emotion, right? You're trying to go tap into the emotion. This one, I really like. So you want to use this lightly. I put at the bottom, utilize pictures. I use pictures immediately. So when I go into price, I show them all the pictures. Why? Because your goal is to go create that little disgust in the back of their mind, it almost circles back into the fear. So this one, experience, I used to live in apartments in Stafford, Virginia, and we had the worst silverfish, and we just have tons. And so I started using this. Once again, use your own experience. So don't say your wife hates the silverfish if she doesn't even know what silverfish are. Right? Because that's not helpful. The idea is learning the principles behind it so that you can go use your own experience. You are selling them, not somebody else, right? But this is the experience that I found. It was gross. We hated it. And so this was one way that I go create the disgust. Or they're like, what are the silverfish? Like, oh. And then I kind of explained it to them. I was like, my wife hates the silverfish because those are the ones that are like nocturnal. So they'll go and they'll crawl on like the bedroom ceiling. And then when you turn on the light, it startles them a lot of times. They'll just like drop down into the bed and it's just gross. And so like I use that because that was an experience that I had and killed like 7 to 10 a day. So, and I'll show them pictures of things too. So that's a visualization. So the spiders, it's the only way to keep spiders from crawling up and getting back inside the house, right? So you're trying to help them visualize it because that creates the disgust. Showing them pictures, I have the pictures outlined so that I have a picture of all the bugs, and then I swipe down and that's price. And then I swipe back up price, and then it has pictures. It has the house, so I can show them the visualization of inside the wall. I do the wall void treatment, and then I scroll up. I have a picture of a massive centipede. Why? Because nobody likes centipedes. And so if they're saying they're not seeing anything, but then you start triggering that and they start seeing it on the iPad, they're like, oh yeah, like I hate those. And then I scroll up and I got the cave crickets. I scroll to the next one and I got the silverfish and just a big picture of a silverfish. And I like that because it helps tap into this. So the challenge for you guys is to go find different ways. And I said today, but like just in general, go find different ways to tap into the emotion. Go try to find ways to go build urgency. And just to go backwards into this so you can see it, this is the way that you go build urgency. You tap into the emotions. This is the way that you go build urgency. It's go try to help them recognize they have a really good deal. Go blow up the current problem. Go look at preventative, the future problem. Go the route scarcity, bandwagon, whatever works in your area and is different per area. And when you can go find out how to go tap into this quickly, it helps you get significantly more sales. Hopefully this was helpful. Go kill it.